Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know where we are in Proverbs? I almost didn't. That's why I'm asking you.
Wow, that was interesting.
That was musical.
It was something, yeah. It was
It was delightful, motherfucker.
That's what I meant to say. Yes. We are in the second set of Solomonic Proverbs.
Very good.
And it's not as completely intolerable as the last set of Solomonic Proverbs.
I mean, we've only read one of them. How would you know?
I don't. I'm hoping. It's wishful thinking. That's all it is. So, yeah. So last time we did chapter 26.
That is correct.
And what are we getting into today?
Well, we are doing the next chapter, Proverbs chapter 27.
I mean, I figured that was the case, but I always got to check,
Right.
Make sure.
We could be moving on to something else.
You
and
never know.
Sometimes they're grouped differently.
You remember that one time we were doing Psalms and we went from 100 and something back to 86?
Was it? Are those the correct numbers?
It's something like that, yeah.
Was it?
It was along those lines, yes.
I mean, I remember that we did a thing like that. But
yeah.
Were those the numbers?
It's very close. I'd have to look it up to be for sure, but
wow.
It's somewhere in that realm, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the exact numbers, but it was somewhere there. So today we're doing Proverbs chapter 27.
That is correct.
Let's go do this.
Let's.
Okay.
Yes. All right, let's jump into Proverbs chapter 27.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you like my... Is this
director like
voice. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Officious.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Do not boast about tomorrow.
Wait, you're going to continue with the officious?
No, just for a little bit.
Just for a little bit?
I'm just going to start out that way.
Start that over again.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring.
I mean, do not boast about tomorrow?
Right.
Because you don't know what a day... Okay, so but don't this is like don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Oh, I like that one.
Right?
Yeah. I like that one.
Which, okay, I mean, that can make some sense, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
But also, if you're really excited about something and proud of something that's happening tomorrow, I don't know.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Right, yeah.
That's
I don't have
live.
a problem about talking something up that's going to happen tomorrow, but
I'm so excited.
As long as you don't get overly excited about it to the point that you're going to be devastated if it doesn't happen, right?
Bring an umbrella to your picnic.
Yeah.
And don't forget the bug spray.
Sure.
But do go on the picnic.
Yeah, definitely.
Because here's another thing. Another thing. Tragedy now makes a great story later.
Generally speaking.
And normally I say chaos. I don't know why I changed it to tragedy. Chaos now makes a great story later. Meaning, yeah, it sucks while you're in it, totally. And I'm not trying to downplay tragedy and catastrophe because it sucks while you're in it.
Yeah.
But it's something that later on you can, turn it into something useful or
Point
enjoyable.
in case would be like our wedding.
Oh my gosh. That we knew that was chaos in the moment though.
Yeah.
And we did not get some people turn into bridezillas and they'll just get all bent out of shape over it.
Right.
And we were like, nope.
Well, but I mean, you got to admit the chaos at our wedding turned into more chaos. It built upon itself throughout the day.
We didn't have a wedding cake, y'all.
Yeah, there was that. And it just I don't know. It seemed
husband got a speeding ticket on the way to our wedding.
We also didn't bring, we forgot to bring one of the matching shirts for
one of the
groomsmen. Yeah.
Our son.
Yeah. And so the whole thing was a debacle, but
it really was. But it was fun. We had a good time. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. And moreover, at the end of it, we were pretty much like, if you didn't have fun, that was kind of on you.
Right.
Because we were just there to enjoy ourselves, whatever.
It was a slap shot event to begin with. So,
Sure.
I mean, it just,
everything was like a gift from so-and-so and a hand-me-down from such and such, and like it was all thrown together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Yep.
Let someone else praise you and not your own mouth. An outsider and not your own lips.
Sure, I get that.
Don't be boastful, but
also if you want to raise, you might want to go to the boss with some of the merits that would, earn you that raise.
Well, that, and you have to put together a good resume. You can turn in some good references, but you got to put in a good resume first.
Yeah.
And the resume, you have to sell yourself.
But I get what they're saying. You don't want to go around boasting about yourself all the time.
I'm awesome.
That's a little obnoxious. But
my shit, in fact, does not stink.
I do think there are times and places when boasting about yourself is appropriate.
Sure.
And should be done.
In our culture, particularly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, like our podcast is fucking awesome.
Oh my God. I was thinking more like American capitalism.
Sorry, did I do that wrong?
You did that wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Stone is heavy and sand a burden, but a fool's provocation is heavier than both.
I see.
Sand?
Okay.
I mean, stone is heavy.
And
sure. Is sand a burden?
Well, I mean, I suppose it really depends on how much sand you have. If you only have like a handful of sand, that's not a burden. It's just a handful of fucking sand.
If you
have bags of sand, that could get to be a burden.
Have you ever had sex on the beach? Not the drink.
I have
the physical
not.
Act.
I have not.
Does not recommend. I'm just going to leave it there.
Right, yeah, okay.
Anger is cruel and fury overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy?
Anger is cruel and fury overwhelming. Who can stand before jealousy? Is jealousy another entity? Is it capitalized?
It's not capitalized.
Okay, I was just curious. Because there's all these things that just pop up out of nowhere. So
sometimes
I just wondered.
Wisdom and all that. Those are people.
Yeah.
No, jealousy is not a person. It's an adjective that describes God.
So anger. One more time. I'm sorry.
Anger is cruel.
Yeah.
And fury overwhelming.
Yeah.
But who can stand before jealousy?
So they're saying that if you're jealous, you are going to be those things? Is that what it's saying?
Or you're even worse.
Are you okay? All right.
I think they're saying jealousy is even worse than anger and fury.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can buy that.
I can get down with that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
None of them are good.
I mean, I'm a big advocate of being comfortable with yourself. You know, like get comfortable with who you are.
Sure.
And then the rest of your life can kind of fall in place after that.
Yeah, you know? I will say when I was younger, all the way up until in our relationship, I was not a very confident or happy person.
Sure.
And so I was very needy, and I was not.
You were a very jealous person.
I was a very jealous person.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer a jealous person insofar as like, who are you talking to? Is she pretty? I'm not like that. But I will say I am guarded with your time in that I get jealous of your time if you're like having to work a lot of hours.
Well, I think that's just a hate of, how much time I have to spend away from home due to work.
Right.
It's work-life balance issue at that point. But as far as personal I would space, I don't think we really have issues with each other's personal space.
Yeah,
so.
I would say that's not really jealousy. That's just greedy. I'm greedy with your time. I like you. But then having said that, we both spend time apart. So, I don't know. We've gotten old and settled, and we're like, go over there. You're fine.
Right. Well, and I mean, early on, there was a lot of railing against your initial problems with jealousy and stuff like that, which there was some things you had to work through, and over the years you did.
I was so needy. I was always like, sit by me, and I have to sit by you and on you, and I have to hold your hand, and you have to always put your arm around me at all times, and we have to kiss a lot, always.
If you know me at all in person, I am not that fucking person.
No,
like at all.
At all.
And so it took a lot of...
we had to find our way.
Yeah, we had to find our way.
Yeah. I had to be less needy. I had to be more comfortable because my neediness came from a lack of being comfortable with myself.
Sure.
And who I am.
Well, and that's what you and I and yourself, more importantly, worked on.
Yeah.
And I think that, I will advocate to the end of days that it is very important that you seek help for mental issues and treat them as a very important, a problem that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Like it's not something that you should just shuffle away.
No, your mental health should be as important as your physical health, honestly.
Right. Sorry. Our cat. Oh my God.
Our cat is scratching in the litter box and we're trying to block the sound. So,
but she's so loud.
Apologies if you can hear her.
They probably
digging.
can't, but it's funny to us. So.
I know. We're just like, Jesus Christ.
And
we're looking at each other.
She's so methodical. Like, I don't even know what she does. I think she's got OCD because she scratches at everything around her litter box. I'm not sure what she's doing, but she scratches the walls, the door, the refrigerator. I mean, everything around her.
Yeah.
Outside the litter. I mean, like, it's she does the whole thing. It takes her like 5 minutes to finish.
Yeah. And
it's
we're
crazy.
like, oh, did somebody take a poo-poo? Somebody did a poopy.
Sorry, we're going on too much about other shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So to speak.
Yeah.
Better is open rebuke than hidden love.
Okay.
I mean,
hidden love?
Honesty is better than not, but
I don't know that open rebuke is better than hidden. I mean, hidden love, it could be endearing. It could be, but it also could be dangerous, I guess, possibly, depending on what you allow that to become, maybe.
Open rebuke.
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure what they're getting at here. I really don't know for sure.
Yeah, we'll pass.
Pass. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. I like that one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. Wounds from a friend can be trusted. So, like, if your friend hurts you,
yeah,
probably some of what they said had some truth in it, and so you need to sit in it and consider it.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't taking it the way it should have been taken, but okay.
But an enemy, they're going to use their honey lips and their silver tongue, and they're going to ply you with falsehoods that.
No, I agree with that one.
I like the way that's phrased.
That was phrased very well.
Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
All right, Bible, I'll let you have that one.
Yeah.
One who is full loathes honey from the comb, but to the hungry, even what is bitter tastes sweet.
Wait, they're saying honey from the comb tastes bitter? They said in the previous chapter that it was like the best fucking thing on the planet.
Hold on.
Okay.
No, if you're full, you can't even fit honey in your tummy because you're too full. But
if you're full.
Yeah. If you are full.
I thought they were talking about a fool.
No, one who is full, like filled up.
Filled up. Got it. Okay.
Loathes honey from the comb.
Okay.
Or, anything else because they're full.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But to the hungry, even what is bitter tastes sweet.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're
that
hungry.
goes without saying.
Right.
Hungry people.
But I gotta admit that honeycomb would still taste better than something that's not as good as honeycomb.
Well, I think they're saying beggars can't be choosers, though.
Right,
like,
right.
if you are hungry...
No, you'll take whatever you can get.
And be grateful.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be slightly more grateful if you had something really sweet and good?
Look, if I'm starving to death, would I rather have cat food or a granola bar? Obviously, a granola bar. But if we're in the apocalypse, I'm not going to turn down a can of cat food. Isn't that what they're saying?
I don't know if I could. I don't know if. I guess if I was starving to death.
If you're on week 2 of no food,
right? Yeah.
I think you're going to eat that cat food.
Right. Yeah.
I could be wrong. Yeah. Maybe it would take a 3rd week of no food. How long before you starve to death?
I think you got at least 30 days. I'm not sure what the actual time frame is, but I think you got at least 30 days. Okay. Water, I know, is like 5 or 7 days.
I was going to say it's less than a week.
Yeah.
Depending on your health.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go without food much longer than water.
Right.
But, so let's say you've got plenty of water for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But you're low on food.
I would...
How many days before you start looking at that can of cat food like it's a delicacy?
I really don't have the answer for that one.
I don't either because it doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
The smell of it makes me want to gag.
This is like how many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? Only I looked that up, and apparently the average is 364. No, it was It was something like that. It was 300. It was 400.
Like one lick a day for a year?
It was between 300 and 500 somewhere. I can't remember. No, like licking as fast as you can.
So
the average is like...
If you lick it once a day for a year, then you'll get to the center.
Right, yeah.
In a year.
Yeah.
Or so.
Right.
A year or two.
A year and a half, 2 years, somewhere in that realm.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like a bird that flees its nest is anyone who flees from home.
I guess. Wait.
A bird is fleeing the bird is its
probably
home.
If a bird flees its nest, it's probably leaving because something is going to kill it. Would be it's fleeing.
Using the
its
word
nest.
Flee.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So but if you flee, are you leaving your home or fleeing your home?
It says flee.
Flee your home.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Usually a bird ain't going to flee its nest until one of two things. Like if it's a baby, it's leaving the nest because it's ready to learn how to fly and go out into the world, right?
Sure, yeah.
Or it's about to snow and it does the thing that birds do.
Go south.
Yeah. Right. So, is that what they're talking about? That's leaving, though. That's not fleeing.
Right. No, fleeing sounds like they're running from something. So, but either way, yeah, I guess if you're fleeing as a bird or as a human, you're still fleeing.
So something that flees is fleeing.
I don't really see the point of that.
Right. That's like I just summarized it. Something that flees is fleeing.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, unless your husband. Because husband does not like perfume or incense.
No.
And the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice.
Or just good company, Like, it doesn't have to be advice, but yeah. A good friend is somebody you can sit with in a room silently and enjoy their company.
Yeah, actually, my best friend was giving me a ride home the other day.
Yeah.
And we were having a talk about friendship on the way and how we value our friendship because we have seasoned, like we've been friends for well over a decade now. Like probably 15 years.
Sure.
And over the course of that 15 years, we've had seasons of, there will be months sometimes that we won't
talk to each other.
And it's not that we're not talking to each other actively.
Right.
We just have things going on in our lives and how we were just grateful that we had the understanding that because of who we are and where we are and who we are, again, that we can just pick up where we left off. And it's not like if I don't respond to your texts or whatever, it's not like a slight.
Right.
And not to be taken personally.
You know each other well enough to know each other's quirks and that, you know, so you're good with it.
Yeah. Like we are also both aware of each other's mental health issues that sometimes there is going to be a pulling away, not from each other, but from society in general.
Sure.
And, that includes, unfortunately, friends. And that if you don't hear from the other one, not only don't take it personally, but keep checking in and also, but give space.
Sure.
And find that fine line. And somehow we've managed to do that for 15 years. And just, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, and I think that we very seldom give each other advice, honestly.
Right.
Usually we just share.
I don't know. I think she credits you with a lot of things as far as advice given or discussions had early on in your relationship, as far as how they turned out politically and
that is true. That is true. She is much more progressive, left leaning, and non-religious. She's an atheist now.
Yeah.
And so I do take a lot of credit for that. But just like in general, like what should I do?
Yeah.
That kind of advice.
I get you.
Not really.
Sure.
I don't think either one of us thinks overly much of ourselves to be in a position to offer the other one, like, what should I do advice.
Right.
We mostly comfort each other, I think.
Right.
Do not forsake your friend or a friend of the family, and do not go to your relative's house when disaster strikes you. Better a neighbor nearby than a relative far away.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay. I don't know that I necessarily, well, this was a different time, right? So I feel like in those times that might be true because your
Sure.
neighbors would have been closer to you than a faraway relative. Because
Sure.
a relative far away is going to be someone you very rarely interact with, I would imagine.
You wouldn't really know them. An entirely different community with different social values and mores because even the town next door was far away.
But in today's day and age, I would say that I have multiple friends and family that are further away than my neighbors that I would reach out to way before I would reach out to my neighbors.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I'm way before I reach out to my neighbors.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely have family nearby, but not any of them are neighbors.
Not that if I needed immediate help,
like 911
obviously
kind of thing.
I would reach out to my neighbors. And I have a couple that I would probably knock on their door specifically, but they're not for a disaster that is something that you need bigger help with that doesn't require immediate attention. I would definitely reach out to friends and family further away.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of just depends on the scenario.
You know what? I am going to take a moment here to give a shout out to our dear neighbor, Kathy, that we used to have.
Oh, yeah.
Who was probably the best neighbor you could ever ask for.
Yep.
And she was just the sweetest lady. And we were very sad when she passed away. That was about a year ago.
It was.
Yeah.
And we still have a bird that she gave us. Or, well, no, that was her sister that gave it to us.
Yeah, not a real bird.
Passed. Right.
A decorative bird. Yeah.
But we still have that. She was a very, very nice lady.
She saved our bacon one time because we didn't realize that there was a leak outside our bathroom.
Our bathroom was literally shooting water out the side of our house.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So we had to have a plumber come in. We had no idea.
Yeah.
But she just was... You should hope to have as nice a neighbor as Kathy.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it there.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart. Then I can say, answer anyone who treats me with contempt.
So your son, or is it your son that is wise, is going to then answer people that treat your father their father with contempt?
I'm not sure I followed all of that, quite honestly. Should I read it again?
Maybe. I don't know that we're going to follow it better, but okay.
Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart.
Yeah.
Then I can answer anyone who treats me with contempt.
So I think I don't really know where they're going with this, but sounds like if he's proud of his son for being wise, right?
Okay.
So then if somebody has contempt for him, he can be like, well, I have a great son, so I'm just fine and fuck you.
I don't need you, neighbor.
You can fuck right
whatever.
off. And that contempt can go right back where it came from.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it sounds like.
I don't like you much.
But that's only because I have a wise son.
Otherwise, I might be sad at what you said
might be
to me.
correct, and I just have to take it.
Womp,
but
womp.
I've got a wise son.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm done with that now.
The prudent see danger and take refuge, as one does.
Right.
But the simple keep going and pay the penalty.
Okay. I don't know exactly what they're referring to, but I would imagine depends on the level of danger that they're able to see, or are they referring to something that's more vague as far as the danger that's involved? Like if there's a fucking tornado coming at you, I think anybody's going to take shelter.
Yeah,
you're not going to take refuge.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a matter of the amount of severity of the danger coming at you, I guess.
Well, this makes me think of something that I've noticed about myself that is annoying.
Okay.
So sometimes I will be on a highway, not recently or anything, but like in times past.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I will not be sure where I am, or I might think I've missed my exit or something.
Okay.
So this was like pre-GPS on your phone where you can just pull it up and
right.
instantly see where you are at all times.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So my sister is the type that says, I think I missed my exit. I better get off now. And
Got it.
I'm the type that's like, let's just keep driving for a little bit and see where we get.
Sure.
And 9 times out of 10, I should have fucking pulled over.
Right.
I'm serious. It almost never worked out to my benefit to keep driving. And it's kind of annoying because she's the, oh my God, we might be lost. Let's pull over.
Right.
Immediately.
Look, there's two ways to look at that, right? I feel like if you keep going, at the very least, you learn that area a little bit better, right?
One would hope.
Yeah, or something, or maybe you come across. You wouldn't be sitting here today doing this podcast episode right now if you hadn't gone that exit further on that one time, because your life would have turned out completely different, maybe.
Okay.
The butterfly effect thing or whatever, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's going a bit far. But
it is, but I'm just saying, you just never know, though.
Okay. If you say so.
I don't care.
I'm just saying, like, I think that I could maybe do with a little bit of
practical.
Sometimes I think I'm too scared to stop.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Too scared to stop.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like what? Like, why are you too scared to stop?
Not too scared because I'll have chosen the wrong thing.
Oh.
I hate making
So you'll
wrong
feel stupid
choices.
if you pull over and you were still going the correct way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work in the other direction?
Nope. It sure doesn't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm a kook.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Take the garment of one who puts up security for a stranger. Hold it in pledge if it is done for an outsider.
Right, they've covered this one before.
I'm just going to pass on that.
Yeah, because we've covered that all before, and it's dumb.
I don't care about collateral.
Right, yeah.
If anyone loudly blesses their neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. Whoa, will it?
I mean, fuck you for waking me up.
I mean...
Why are you out there? Wait, they're blessing you, though?
Early in the morning.
I'm just having, I feel like I'm imagining, like, my neighbor out there going, you guys are awesome, with a bullhorn or something,
Right?
But, like, when the fuck would that ever happen?
Okay, and, every once in a while, I'll get up early and go out and get in the car to go somewhere, and my other neighbor is getting out in their car, and we, wave to each other, and we're like... I don't think we're going, blessings unto you. Yes, unto you as well.
Right.
I don't think we're doing that, but we are
acknowledging each other.
Good morning and have a good day. And
right.
And that's
early. If you say have a good day on the way out the door, is that a bad thing if it's early in the morning?
I've never taken it that way.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
And given that they probably waved first as often as not, I don't think that they took it that way either.
That's a dumb comment. I don't like that.
That is dumb.
I don't agree.
Clearly we're taking it wrong and don't understand. Because it's got to mean something.
Obviously.
I mean, don't wake your neighbors up.
Right, I guess.
But that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Don't
be an asshole.
One would think.
Don't mow your lawn before, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'd say 10, but that's kind of late for a lot of people. So
yeah.
I'll give you 9
Unless you're like
a.m.
us and we have an electric mower, then it doesn't really matter.
It makes a little bit of noise.
But not much. Not enough to wake most people.
Yeah, it's not super noisy. Yeah. A quarrelsome wife. Here we go. A quarrelsome wife is like the dripping of a leaky roof in a rainstorm.
They've literally used that exact analogy before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
a leaky roof. Sorry, babes. Restraining her is like restraining the wind or grasping oil with the hand.
I will agree with that. If I try to restrain you, it is definitely not going to work.
I'm
not saying that I want to. I'm just saying that if I do, and I have tried in the past.
Nobody puts wifey in a corner.
It doesn't work. It does not work at all.
Don't do it.
I've learned.
Don't be the boss of me.
I have learned that.
You have.
I've gotten better. I'm a better person.
I have to be my annoying, bitchy self and work myself out of it.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
If I'm being a bitch, telling me, calm down. Or...
That's definitely not going to work.
Or, God, stop being such a bitch. None of those things are going to actually have the effect that you want.
Right.
They're just going to piss me off. Or, oh my God, you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Right.
Or, oh, you're so crazy. Why are you so crazy? All of those actually make me want to hit you really hard and cause pain.
Yeah. No, I am aware.
Yeah.
I'm well aware.
So just don't.
Yeah.
Quarrelsome wife. Fuck you. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another.
Okay. I kind of like that statement, actually. I'm looking at it as I learn a lot of things off of other people. So I see it, and I like to give a lot of knowledge too. So I can see how that can be true.
Sure.
I actually like that statement.
Even when you don't like each other. sharpening each other.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
No, I definitely, I really like that statement, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to let that one.
That's two this Bible's given us today.
Yeah.
Huh. We're being generous. The one who guards a fig tree will eat its fruit, and whoever protects their master will be honored. Okay. Yeah. I see that.
I don't. Okay. I don't. Sure. I don't want to have a master.
No.
But
I don't want to have a master or be a master. If I'm being honest.
Right.
I don't want that responsibility.
I mean, different times, I guess, but whatever.
No.
But definitely, I'm going to eat the fruit if I guard it. So.
Right.
What about fig tree?
But I think that they're just saying, like, take care of your people and take care of your things, and you will reap the reward.
Right, which I don't 100% agree with, but because it doesn't always work out that way.
Right, it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
That is true. As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. Not necessarily, because sometimes you could be a really decent person and you still have bad shit happen in your life.
That's true. That is true.
Like, there was this one guy that I knew in high school. His name was Leonard, and he was the sweetest guy. And he broke up with his girlfriend, and then she committed suicide. And like a year later, his mom died. And then like a year after that, it was discovered that his dad, they found her body parts like in the backyard. And then a year after that, they found out it was his father that had done it. Oh my God. And then a couple years after that, he got leukemia and died.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So, I mean.
That is, I think you've told me that before, but like.
Not quite as compacted.
I always forget about the story. And then like.
Yeah.
Whenever you tell that, I'm like. That can't possibly have been a real thing that happened in this world.
It actually was, to the point that murder was actually on Unsolved Mysteries, if you remember that show. Yeah. Wow. And he was a really sweet guy. Nicest guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that the water reflected his face very
No,
well.
that was shit.
That was shit.
That's not good.
Not good at all. Death and destruction are never satisfied, and neither are human eyes.
Okay. I'm not sure what they're getting at there exactly.
We always want more. Death and destruction will always come. Like,
okay.
It's always happening.
Yeah.
And human eyes also are always wanting more.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but people are tested by their praise.
Sure, I guess.
Whatever.
These are just
some of these
very nice platitudes that are,
Oxygen tastes good on the tongue, but lack thereof will kill you. Yep. That's some facts right there.
Yeah. I at some level, I'm kind of sick of like trying to dig into them because they're so simple and dumb.
Yeah.
That I'm like, really, guys, this is
try harder.
I mean, I want to address the things, and and obviously it makes for some good conversations for us because we're just talking about these things that they're bringing up. But on a surface level, these things are very just mundane and stupid.
Simple.
Yeah.
They're so simple. Some of them make no sense, and some of them are like pretty deep, and then you're like, shit.
I do appreciate some of them. Yeah. They're not all horrible.
No, but then when you get a couple in a row that are like, whatever.
Well, and I was actually talking to somebody that used to be religious and is now an atheist, and they were saying, I thought all the Proverbs were really beautiful. And I was like, it depends on, I suppose when you're in church, they are probably presented as such, and they are said as much. Like, they are said in the way that they are beautiful.
Well, and you're not reading them straight through and analyzing each individual verse.
Right. And you're not meant to pick them apart and say,
right.
Well, what about this and what about that, right? So I can get how if you just said these things, right, they sound wonderful and beautiful because if you just see it in the good and the good versus evil, right?
Sure.
The whatever. If you see it in that sense, then you're going to think it is a beautiful statement.
Sure.
But the part that is wrong with Proverbs is the gray area. The gray area that is not getting discussed in between these statements where they are not allowing for that gray area to exist.
And then some of them are exactly not true or bad, even.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, carrying on. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, grinding them like grain with a pestle.
What the fuck?
You will not remove their folly from them. I don't grind people
in
any way whatsoever.
No, I think that,
except maybe in a sexual way.
Okay.
You were just like, stop.
Yes, I was just like, stop. Exactly.
Are you like, pass?
Yep. Next.
Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds. For riches do not endure forever, and a crown is not secure for all generations.
Okay.
True.
Yeah, make sure
True or false?
Keep
True.
track of your riches, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's not,
Take care of your shit and plan for the future.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Sounds smart.
When the hay is removed and new growth appears, and the grass from the hills is gathered in, the lambs will provide you with clothing, and the goats with the price of a field. You will have plenty of goat's milk to feed your family and to nourish your female servants. The end.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yes, plant grass, and then the goats and the sheep that supply you with other things will eat and then give you things, and that's great. That's all wonderful and good, right? And then you
can nourish all your female servants. That's the part that lost me.
Yes.
Like, wait, what?
That's the best part right there.
Right? And on that note.
Yeah. All right. So that was Proverbs chapter 27.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we will be back with
Proverbs chapter 28.
Oh, before we get out of here, we didn't even mention in the beginning of the episode, we obviously didn't do an episode yesterday.
We didn't.
Because you were
Apologies.
sick.
I was sick.
Yeah, but you're not sick anymore.
I'm not.
But we're also not going to make that one up because, well, it's a
lot
lot more work, and we don't want to do it today.
We don't want to.
So we're not going to. And
we
do apologize for that, and we love you guys. But we're going to have one less episode this week than normal because
we're just like sorry.
It's our podcast, and that's what we're going to do.
And we're sorry, and
we
that's
are
just
sorry,
the way it is.
But we still love you guys.
We love you very much.
And that being said, we'll see you tomorrow for Proverbs chapter
28, motherfuckers.
See you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.